Hi, we are Group 10 in SER322, and the members of our group are Tim Jordan, Joseph Rosen, Taylor Stockton, and Shayne Torres. We are going to go through a little bit of what we came up with for our database. We decided to do a music database, which would include song information, artist information, album information, and then information about the Billboard chart, Billboard Top 100 chart. So right now we're looking at the database instruction write-up, which will be included in our submission. As you can see, our project is a simple music database that uses Node.js to connect to a MySQL database. It also uses HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for the UI. I'm just going to go through the instructions first on how to set up, and then I will show you our UI and kind of click around and show you how it works. So to start, we're going to need to download Node.js onto your machine. If you are using Mac or Windows, this link will work for both. So go ahead and download Node.js there. After you do that, we're also going to have to install MySQL. There's a couple different links depending on whether you're using a Mac or Windows, so follow whichever machine you're using. After you download MySQL, you will also need to get a copy of our code from our group's repository, and we have used GitHub to store our code repository. And this link here will send you to our GitHub, and I have that pulled up here for you. So this is what our GitHub will look like, and you can see this green button right here that says clone or download. If you click on that and you copy this URL right here, whether you're using Windows or Mac, go to your command prompt or your terminal, and to download our entire source code, you'll type in git clone and then paste this URL in that you just copied. And then once you execute that command, the download should begin to download all of our source code. So from there, let me go back to the instructions. From there, you should have your MySQL downloaded, which we did in step 2. And so now looking at step 4, you'll need to make sure that the credentials that you use to download your MySQL match what's in this index.js file. Otherwise, it won't connect to our database. So follow this path to get to the index.js file. And you can update the host, user, and password to match your credentials so that you're able to successfully connect. And then from there, open up your command prompt or your terminal and type in these commands. We'll start with the npm install to install the dependencies, then npm run build to build the code, npm run dev to run the app, and then npm run seed to seed the database. And that's pretty much all you'll be doing with command prompt or terminal, and from there we can go to your localhost 3000 that you can copy and just paste into your browser. I'm using Google Chrome, and so after I paste that in, this is the UI that we have. You can see we have a button for artists, albums, songs, and billboards. So we'll just start with artists. We'll go from left to right. Opening up artists, you can see that we have all the information for the artist. We have the name of the artist, whether it be a single person or a group like Imagine Dragons. The formation date is when this artist or band became a band. And then we have the manager information, which this could be accurate, but it probably isn't. But we just had some fill-in space for the manager. And then we have the number of band members, depending on if it's a band or a single person. From there, we can click into see details. So I'll click the see details for Beyonce. You can see that we have albums by Beyonce and songs by Beyonce. So you can kind of get a view of just one artist or band to see what all they have in our database. Same thing goes for all these other ones. So Imagine Dragons, you can see we have albums and songs by Imagine Dragons. If we go back, we can click right into albums, and we can see all the different albums we have in our database. And so we have a few here with the name of the album, the release date of the album, and the recording company which recorded the album. And we can then go into songs, which is the next tab that we haven't seen yet. we have the name of the song and the release date of the song. We have a little bit more on this one, so you can see all the different songs that we have in our database. And then we have, last but not least, the Billboards button, which is, you've heard of the Billboard Top 100, which ranks the current songs of today in order of popularity. So in our database, we have Lemonade, which is by Beyonce, as number 1, and you can see it goes from there. We have a few Imagine Dragons, Justin Bieber, and then U2 with Joshua Tree is down at the bottom. And then to get back home, you can click this home button and it'll take you right back to where we started. So this is our database that we have created for you. And I hope that you enjoyed watching our video, and I hope that you enjoy playing around with our music database. Thank you.